Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got a lot to go through today, as we have got an announcement coming from B Vitamin, some talks from Shamshorjani finally, and we've also got the Reddit going absolutely bat-s crazy with regards to the Constitution rifle and things that they want to see coming towards the game. So before the major order actually comes in, because again, it's still not bloody here, we're going to dive on into everything that's happening inside of the game right now. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated, and make sure that you get involved with our sponsor, Gamersubs, the platform where you guys can head to buy your 0-calorie energy and nootropic formula. Designed to be a healthier and more effective beverage for gamers, our blend of essential vitamins, organic caffeine, and nootropics provide a consistent boost with no jitters, crash, and glucose response. It's an absolute no-brainer, and for those of you guys who jumped in for the Liberty Day special, thank you so much again for your support for myself and Gamersubs, and hopefully will be a running move going forward. With that being said, link in the description, Cloud Plays at checkout. Let's see what's happening inside of the game. So starting off, for those of you guys who have not received your Liberty Day gifts, they're starting a new payout job that's rolling it out to every account in existence that doesn't already have it, and it's running as we speak. So make sure that you stay tuned to it, because even if you weren't active on the day and you haven't actually managed to receive it, you will now have it, hopefully, at this stage. If not, then please let me know in the comment section below. We can always push that forward to Arrowhead most definitely. And Shamshorjani has finally got a little bit more active in the chat of Discord, which is absolutely amazing, because actually he went really quiet for quite some time, so it's really nice to see him back. But somebody was asking if they think that Liberty Day was overhyped, and they know that it's not alone, because realistically this thing was extremely overhyped, and I'm not too sure what they would state if they were disappointed or not. And his response was, no answer really. I worked in the gaming industry for 16 years, most of them in publishing, and managing expectations is hard. Ask again in a week when we've collected all the sentiment reports and can tell if you are mostly happy or not. Now for me, this is a difficult one. I think that the event overall is an incredible idea and that they can actually do a lot of good with it, although I do think it was extremely underwhelming. The armor looks cool, not very effective. The weapon looks cool, not very effective, but we'll get into the weapon a little bit more in just a while. But what it would have been nice is if we had one like hour time period during the day where we could have visited Super Earth and celebrated with the super citizens. I think that that's quite important. It's sort of been something that we should have hopefully have been able to do, but it's not seeming to be something that we are looking at going forward. So any events moving forward from this point may not actually be the case. We'll have to see how this one goes, but we move on into the next thing that he was asked. Somebody's been asking how they will become a beta tester for Helldivers. They've wanted it for so long, they've been asking repeatedly, and they're waiting for it. So a lot of you guys may find this information quite useful, because the program is slowly beginning to expand. They'll light the fires of Gonda when it's time to go. So fingers crossed they managed to push this one out a little bit more wider spread, and some of you guys managed to get your hands inside of the game, and what it is that you will be able to see should hopefully be glorious. As of right now, we've got absolutely no information on it other than the fact that they are starting to roll things out and move down the generic options of hopefully bringing people in at some point soon. Now they also talking in the Discord with regards to the scores on the doors. That's right, the Steam reward charts, which if you already haven't got your merch for the review bomb, is literally just under this video. Go and check it out. Irrelevant to it, there was a conversation happening, and Shamshorjani spoke for the entire team right here when he states, much better. We're super happy with the user score on Steam. It's so much better and more people are playing in game. And actually he does seem to be on a solid point with that one. Even just on the Steam DB alone, it's quite nice to see that we're on an average of about 55,000 players on a 24-hour peak period, which is a decent amount considering the lows that we've hit over this year. And that's only on the one platform, let alone how many people are playing on PlayStation. Let me know what platform you guys are playing on in the comment section. I want that cross-platform compatibility. It needs to come at some stage soon. Don't you agree? Anywho, moving into the Reddit, you guys have been talking about the Constitution rifle and everything happening from inside of Liberty Day, and this has been an interesting one. Really interesting actually. People are stating right here, the automaton propaganda cap is that the gun is actually effing sucks, and it doesn't actually suck. It's not the most useful weapon on the board, and actually if you try to use this inside of a level 10 bugs, it's a really difficult one because they're extremely overwhelming, and especially with the flying buggers, it's really difficult if you don't have a decent aim. And even then, the whack that they do put out doesn't cause enough damage to be able to take a lot of the things out in one shot. Comes a little bit frustrating, but it's quite fun with the bayonet overall. It's a pretty moderately mid weapon, and it's pretty much doing exactly what it was made to do. It's not made to be a light machine gun, a flamethrower, an arc strike. It's not meant to be any of that. It's meant to be just a standardized weapon that reminds you of the past. And actually, if you and the team really work at it, you guys can pretty much run anything with these, especially if you play as a team, as Helldivers is meant to be played. But it doesn't seem that you guys are happy enough, and there's a lot of things that you guys want to see inside of the game come forward just shortly. And this first one right here, I actually really like the look of. It states, Arrowhead, is this possible for the game's first anniversary? Thanks for the 21-24 Constitution. This is the Saber. Now, the game for Helldivers 1 originally launched, I believe, in March, around that time period. So actually what we could see is something like that come into the woodworks a little later down the line for the 1-year anniversary, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that a Saber is something that a lot of us have been wanting, and especially if it was in Helldivers 1, I think it's something that we should definitely start to see at some stage or another, as well as this next one, which is a Kimbo. How this one isn't here in here already, I will actually have no idea, but the booster that we want is the booster that we need, and the booster that we bloody deserve. You can dual wield your secondary weapon, and I think that would be absolutely amazing. Imagine having 2 senators. You're not able to zoom in on them, but you can literally hip fire a double Kimbo shot. I think it would be amazing. This, for me, would be so damn funny, although now we've got things such as the stim pistols. Having double stim pistols may work as a little bit of a deterrent for this one to actually come through. I'm not sure they're going to allow us to have that many stims, especially as Helldivers. We all know that we get addicted to them, so yeah, I'm not too sure that's ever coming. But as well, probably one of my favorites is this one right here that states, I need a shovel. Now, I think this has been going around the Helldivers community for quite some time, and a shovel would be very cool. Not only is it a melee weapon, it's a melee weapon that would do absolute bits, and I think that would really work well for the roleplay aspect of the game. I don't know why it would work so well, but I actually think that I'd run a shovel 9 times out of 10. We're going to take a look at your guys' top comments from the previous video, because now that Liberty Day is over, you guys have had your say. And this first one right here states, I was kind of hoping for something big yesterday, like an alert or message of an attack or something. Kind of wish we can orbit Super Earth and see fireworks or parades. And that's exactly what I mean. I think that actually having the Super Earth orbit movement and seeing fireworks, parades, anything really that was just a little bit more detail than what we received, which outside of the armor and the weapon was pretty much nothing. It was actually really disappointing. So I don't actually know what else that they could have done, but there seemed to be a lot more that they could have done. This one states right here, why bring a stratagem that temporarily applies the confusion status when you could bring one that permanently applies the dead status? This is a really broad one, and actually worked so damn well. So yeah, I actually really like that one. Fair play to you, man. 100%. And this final comment here is quite a long one. It states, wish the community could just appreciate something simple. I mean, they got a war bond coming up. They've added so much, and the Illuminate was supposed to come around the holidays, so they wouldn't drop on Liberty Day. I had a good team when the armor ad gun dropped, and we all wore it together and just annihilated. It seemed really good to me, but it's because I paired it with weapons that balanced it out like you are supposed to. And he is right with that. I think that actually the weapon, as long as it is paired up with something that balances it, is definitely worth using. Although I do think that the day was extremely underwhelming, and that's something that I will 100% stand by. I think there was a lot more that they could have done, especially as the amount of eyes that they pulled towards it, the amount of attention that they drew towards Liberty Day. I feel like we could have had something a little bit more interesting. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section below, and maybe you'll get upvoted to be the top comments for the next video. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, appreciate your faces, and I'll see you in the clouds.